Oh,
Guys, this is me, Mahakan, live on Mahaflight right now, live on Mahagatapi, live on English Show Canada. And with me, as promised, is Jasmine from With Nava. Sorry we got a little late, but technical issues, different parts of the world, things happen, phone calls, all that stuff. Welcome, Jasmine. How are you?
hi. Yes. Hi, Maha. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. Yeah. So
No,
happy.
I'm so glad you could make it because you're one person that I've been like literally dying to chat online and bring you forward in front of everybody who's like, what? Because you're doing such amazing work. And for me, what you do, it's still kind of like a question mark because I don't know how it works. So I thought, okay, if I don't know, I'm sure there's tons of other people who don't know either, right?
Oh,
So I
you're right.
yeah, so I thought, okay, let's bring you on and then kind of like go with the flow. So I'm gonna kind of like go again because what happened was I did not log in from all the platforms. So hi guys, this is Mahakan live on all the
Oh,
platforms.
really? Oh.
And of course, with me, I have Jasmine. Jasmine, thank you so much. You're doing great work. You're a life coach. And I know soccer coach,
Yes.
I know about, I don't know, basketball coaches, cricket coaches. What, what in the world is a life coach?
Well, I guess, yeah, and you're right. I think so many people are the same as you. It's still. I mean, even though it's been around for a long, long time, but still, so many people don't really know what it is. And I guess a life coach. It's about like a trained coach doesn't give their clients solutions. That's the most important thing to remember because most people think, oh, yeah, you'll go to a life coach, you'll say all of your problems, and then the life coach will just sit there and give you all of the solutions. You should do this, you should do that. But I guess one of the biggest things is the life coach will never tell you what to do or give you any advice or solutions. It's all about asking clients powerful questions so the clients will look within themselves and find the answers because nobody knows better what to do with your life than you do. You have all the answers, but sometimes it's hard to find the answers. Sometimes you need somebody to ask you the right questions and then you can go within and you find them. If you're asked the right questions, you will find the right answers. It's all about that, really. That's like the main thing about life coaching. And of course, there's different techniques and things as well.
So if I'm going through, we all go through ups and downs. We always
Yes,
have
of course.
hurdles, and we're just like, oh God, why me, kind of a thing, right?
Yes.
If I come to you and go like, hey, Jasmine, I can't seem to keep my finances right. So you're not gonna tell me go get yourself a financial advisor. You're just gonna ask me questions and you'll make me dig deep within me to find out why.
Probably because, and also, it's never really about the topic. You don't ever really coach the problem and the topic. You're always coaching the person. So maybe there's something deep down. Maybe it goes back to like a belief you had when you were a child, like a belief that's not serving you now, or it's always deeper. It's never really what you're aware of consciously. Because what you're aware of consciously, I don't need to help you with that because you're already aware of that. It's something that's causing this behavior, like your beliefs. So we need to figure out that first. So we go right deep. And then once we figure that out, then you can change your behavior. Well, it's awareness. It creates awareness. And then you can choose whether you want to continue to believe those things or you can change it. So it all becomes about choice, so awareness, choice.
Right. Does everybody need a life coach, or how does one person come to a point in life where they go like, "Hey, I really need to speak to somebody," because people from different cultures, different backgrounds. It could be a taboo in most of the cultures where no, you don't speak to anybody about your problems because it's wrong.
Wow.
Culturally,
Wow.
it's wrong because you're going to degrade or disrespect the family you come from.
Wow. Really?
Things like that. So how can
Mm.
a person, I mean, there's a lot of people watching this over here right now, what's the best advice you would give to somebody, if they want to know, like, if, for instance, maybe I would turn around and go like, hey, I know what I'm doing, my life is perfect, like I don't need to go to a life coach. Do you think
Yeah, yeah.
it's important that everybody should visit the life coach at least once in their lifetime to kind of like find direction, or
Well, I
not
guess,
necessarily?
I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I definitely think it takes strength. It's not, I don't think it's a weakness if you see a life coach, you know, it's definitely a strength, you know, because you're becoming vulnerable, you're opening up to somebody else. So I think it's definitely a strength. And actually, I was talking earlier with other coaches and we were talking about this, saying, you know, people still think it's taboo to ask for help for other people, but it's not about that. Going back to your question, I guess I can only speak from my experience. You know, like, you know, a while ago I was feeling, you know, and I think everyone goes through that. We all have, like you said, we all have ups and downs in our life, yeah. And I was just feeling a bit lost, you know, a bit stuck. I wasn't sure what to do next, you know. And then, I kept meeting coaches. This is what happened to me. I just kept bumping into coaches, and I met 5 coaches in like a month. And I was like, wow, what is this? You know, it's like somebody keeps bringing me all of these coaches. So I found out about it, and I wasn't planning to become a coach myself. I just thought, let's see what it's about, because I feel like I need to be asked some questions and I need guidance or something. I needed something and I wasn't sure what. And yeah, and I did one of the first course, and it was terrifying for me, to be honest, because I was in front of like 22 people exposing myself, you know. But for me, it just felt so right, and it was scary as anything. But I was learning so much about myself, like probably feelings I had suppressed for years and years and years. And afterwards, I felt really good, and I thought, I need to carry on. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I needed more. So I just kept doing it like that. And then at the end, I realized I'd changed so much and grown so much. And I realized I want to do this. I want to help other people. You know, I want to work, not help, because that sounds like they need help, but I want to work with other people so they can have these same realizations as well. For me, it was just like getting rid of mental blocks, you know, and digging down to find out who you really are, and having the courage to find out who you are and accept who you are, and then clarity as well. So I think, so going back to your question, I think like most coaches I know have a coach as well, you know. So it's not like, oh, I'm a coach and I know everything and I don't need to work with anybody to work on me, you know. I would love to have a coach forever, to be honest, because I think there's always something in your life that you need to work on. Always. You never get to the point where you think, I figured everything out, everything's great, I've done it. You're never at that point, are you? It's a work in progress. Yeah, it's a work in progress, and it will never end.
Right.
So having a coach, if you're lucky enough to be able to have a coach, why not have somebody there to, you know, somebody to give you support, to ask you questions, somebody to be accountable to, you know. And sometimes you can't figure things out on your own. It's nice to talk about it and you realize things together, you know. So I think if you can, definitely.
So basically, having a best friend who's not going to judge you, basically having a best friend who's not going to question your beliefs as much with a judgment in their mind, and just having somebody to speak to, so you don't feel that you're speaking to a shrink.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I guess the difference between therapy and coaching is therapy is more focused on the past, whereas coaching is about having meaningful conversations, but it has to lead to action.
Right.
Each conversation has to lead to action after the session, even if it's a tiny, tiny step. It has to lead to something. Otherwise, it is just a meaningful conversation. And you can have those meaningful conversations with your friends. So like, because I'm a coactive coach, and co is about being who you are. Active is about the doing, what you do. So, and it's both, isn't it? It's who we are and what we do combined. You can't have one without the other. I mean, you can just do and not think, and then you're just carrying on. And I was doing that for 15 years, just doing, not even thinking about it. Or you can be too much the other way, think, and no action. That doesn't serve you either. So you need both. So the coach makes you accountable to somebody. And there's different techniques and things. And, you know, we're trained. So we're trained to ask you a question that's going to serve you in that moment. It's all about being present as well. And of course, talking to your friends is something else, but a coach is also completely detached. Like I said, no judgment,
no emotion.
Yes, yeah, completely detached. We don't guide you in that way. You are leading the conversation, the client. But we work together. We both put 100% into the relationship to serve the client.
Okay, so the other question that I had was, again, for me, I come from a very different culture, different
Yes.
background, right? This is not something which is, I would say, highly acceptable or spoken about or considered that a person should, look into. Obviously, in the West, there's much more exposure to these things for various reasons, right? If I were to just sit and think, okay, hey, I spoke to Jasmine today, and you and I, we've known each other for a very long time as well, right? So I'm sitting and thinking, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. What questions do I need to ask myself to kind of convince myself that yes, I actually need assistance of a life coach?
So how do you know if a life coach would benefit you, you mean?
Or how do I know that I actually have to reach out to a life coach?
That's a good question, actually. Yeah. I guess with me, I just kept meeting them and I was like, oh, I'm just going to try this because that was kind of like a clear sign for me. I guess, yeah, that is a very good, I'm just trying to think of a good answer. How would you know you needed to see a coach? Well, I think the common factor that a lot of people, like, you want to change something in your life, you're not sure what, maybe you're stuck somewhere, you're stuck in your mind, you don't know what to do about something, or you're unhappy about something, or you want, I think the biggest thing is you're stuck. Maybe you're feeling stuck about something, stuck in a job that you don't like, stuck in a country you don't like, stuck, and you just don't know. Yeah, and you just don't know which way to go, and you probably will figure it out eventually. But I mean, with the coaching, for me, I just think, wow, if I hadn't have done it, I would still be living that life I was living before. And I've been living that, like, I lived in 11 countries. And I feel like, looking back now, I feel like I was stuck in all of them. Even though I was moving from one to the next, my mindset was just stuck. I was doing things the same repeatedly, again and again and again. And when I look back now, I can't quite believe it, And the only thing that got me out of that was the coaching.
Okay. So basically, I'll sum it up for you a little bit, is take care of our bodies. And it's advisable and it's recommended that we should go see a doctor for a full body checkup, at least 6 months, if not a year, once a year. And then anybody who's listening and watching, if you have a question like that, like, why should I see a life coach, like whatever. So think a life coach is also somebody who fixes your mind, shows you direction, doesn't solve your problems, but shows you the direction which exists, but you have been too hesitant to try things because you're too scared to make a mistake. So just like your body needs a GP, your mind also needs a life coach.
Yeah, I guess that's a good analogy. And somebody said this analogy as well. It's like a sat nav. Having a coach is like having a sat nav. You avoid the traffic or something. There was something like analogy like that. Yeah, like you do all the work.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. But we just are beside you. But we watch you do it. But you do the work. It's not like we do it. You do the work. The client does the work.
And do you tell them what to do?
Sorry?
Do you tell them what to do?
No. We never tell them what to do. Never. Like, of course, clients say, what do they come to you and they say, I got this problem, what do I do? And we just, we turn it around, we ask them questions. Well, what do you think you should do? Like, what do you really want? And big, powerful questions that make you really think about things, which people don't really ask themselves this every day. I don't ask myself this. Even though I know the questions, I still don't do it to myself. My coach does it with me, because I guess I need to get into the habit of that. But we just don't, do we? I guess it's new. It's still new
Right.
to me. But yeah.
So are you like that devil's advocate image in the mirror? Like, you know, that image you don't want to see of yourself in the mirror that asks you too many questions and tells you, okay, you know what? Accurate.
I guess like a coach helped me see who I really was. It's awareness, isn't it? It creates awareness. So I guess it does show you who you are. Maybe if you're more aware, then you're more aware of who you are, aren't you?
And
I think you know that already, though. You know that already.
Mm-hmm.
It's all things you know, but it's just coming out.
Yeah. And sometimes you're not ready to experiment just because, again, like I said, you know, we could be from two different cultures, two different backgrounds, two different upbringings, but then the mindsets could somehow, somewhere match it just a little bit because, you know, we all grow up with parents, we all grow up with siblings, we grow up with friends around us. And there's so much external information, or I would say external pressures that everybody goes through.
That we've all got things, yeah.
Yeah. And there comes a point in life where you sit down and think, like, do I even know myself? Like, who am I?
Yeah, totally. Of course. And like you said, we're all human, even though we've got all these different cultures and things. We're all human, aren't we? We all have feelings, emotions, you know. But what did you just say again? Sorry.
I said we always because we grew up in different cultures and mindsets and different and stuff, we never know who we are. And we have to eventually come to a point. It doesn't matter, you know, how old you are, how young you are. You could be like, you could be 30, you could be 50, you could be 60. And then there comes a point in life where you really want to know yourself. And
exactly. Yeah.
Because you want to be you.
Yeah, you're right. And actually, we're forever evolving and changing and growing. So who we are is changing anyway. So yeah, and I think that's the identity thing. That's with everybody, you know. What material is the tree made of? Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments. But
he's just being silly right now. He's a very, very old friend. Like we grew up together, so I've known him since Pampers, literally. But he's an amazing, he's very intellectual, but somehow when he comes on my Facebook to come up with that sport, you know.
Humor is the best. For me, humor is one of my values, most important values. Yeah, for me, it's like, humor, you've got to, for me, you need humor to get you through the day. But yeah, so I think, well, a lot of us are asking ourselves these questions, you know. We're not alone, and that's the thing, you know. And when you get into coaching, you realize we all have these doubts and things, you know.
Especially COVID-19.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what people. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
I was just saying, COVID-19. It's kind of made a lot of people think. I do have a sweet social network, and you know, the most stubborn ones, the most stubborn souls I've ever come across, their mindsets, I see them shifting.
Really?
Yeah, they're sitting and questioning themselves. They're sitting and questioning everything that they're doing.
Wow.
Their lifestyles are changing, and I'm just like, whoa! It's taken COVID-19 to actually transform.
Wow.
Yeah. So do you feel, obviously you've been in this, you're now in this industry, do you feel that COVID-19, like this is my, you know, observation.
Yeah.
What is your observation in regards to COVID-19 and people's transformations?
I think you're right what you're saying. It probably has made people, because people have had the chance to stop. Mm-hmm. They've been forced to stop and think about things, think about themselves, question themselves. So probably there's been a huge change, but I guess for me, I was so busy during COVID because I was working, I was doing crazy things, and I had to move, and it was just all so crazy. We're all affected in different ways. Yeah, I guess for me, I actually didn't have time to think. Now I'm realizing what's going on now. I think I was just in this crazy time, but so so I find it hard. I guess I'm just thinking about my point of view, but yeah, I think, like you said, people have stopped and they've had to think about things and reflected maybe,
How
and
long,
realized,
how long was your process of going through this transformation?
I feel like I'm still going through it now.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think it, sorry?
When did you start?
Last April. So
Wow.
how long ago is that? 18 months? No.
Just
Yeah.
over a month. Sorry, just over a year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just over here. I think I don't even know which
I'm
one.
running report cards these days, so I kind of know what number it is.
Exactly. I did the day, the month, the time. It's all like a bit crazy. Yeah. But yeah. So I still feel like I'm at the beginning. I always feel like I'm at the beginning, which is strange. Like when I finished the courses, I felt like I was at the beginning. And then when it's the beginning, because like the more you're learning, the more you're growing, the more you realize that there's so much more. And it's just like, yeah, so you always feel like you're never there yet, you know? And I was talking to this coach, and he's been coaching for 25 years. And he said, you're never going to get to, like I said, you're never going to get to a place where you think, oh yeah, I've done it. I've figured it all out. There we go. He said it just becomes more and more, you know. So I was just like, wow. Because the deeper you go, I guess. Imagine. So
yeah, the deeper you go, the more people you meet, because whatever the world is, I have no clue what the population in numbers is. That's one thing I don't even look at. But just imagine, even if you met, 1 millionth or 1,000% of that population, every person is an individual.
Oh, yes.
It's a different life. Who's had different experiences. Some might kind of be a little similar, but you'd be like, yeah, okay, I've gone through something similar as well. But when you look at them, deep in their eyes, you just go like, whoa, like really? There's people who go through that stuff as well. And you learn, right?
Yeah.
You learn.
Exactly. And connect. And that's what it is. It's about relating to people as well, isn't it? Because we have the same feelings. We all have the same feelings, different experiences, but which evoke the same feelings in us.
I have a question here. This is one of my followers from Canada, Arsalan. He says, I have a few questions. How to decide when you're confused to take a decision? How to decide when you are, I'll put it up here as well. How to decide when you're confused to take a decision?
So what's the question? How to decide when you're confused?
Yeah.
How to make a decision. Okay, how to make a decision. Yeah, that's a very good question. Let me think. How to make a decision. Well, I mean, you can answer this in so many ways, can't you? Like, I guess it's about, again, you've got to decide, who are you and what do you want? I guess they're the two fundamental questions, which sounds so simple, but maybe they're quite hard. They're quite big questions as well, aren't they? Simple, but yeah, huge questions. I think when you know what you want, then you can start having goals, can't you, to get to what you want, and then you can start making the decisions. But like, I'm learning now about making decisions, because it's not. I don't think it's an easy thing making a decision, but it's all about, isn't it, making the decision, and not just not making. I mean, not making a decision is making a decision as well, isn't it?
It is.
The decision's made for you, and it's out of your hands. So it's making a conscious decision, and whatever the decision is, even if it's not the right one, well, it's never the wrong one. You always learn from your failures. Yeah.
Right.
That's the next question. What do you learn more from, your successes or your failures? So it's never the wrong decision. If it seems wrong, then you're going to learn so much from it. And like we say in coaching, failures, we have to celebrate our failures, because it means you're trying something new. You're trying something new, basically. You know, if you're not making mistakes, you're not trying anything new. If you're not trying anything new, you're just staying where you are. Yeah. So I guess how to make a decision, I think just go for it as well. Don't think, don't procrastinate, because you're never going to know the outcome until you just do it.
Exactly. So just
analyze it for hours and years, can't you?
Yes.
You've got to just do it and go with it, trust yourself, and know you'll learn something whatever happens. And I know that's easier said than done.
Just don't go jump in the fire, because that's going to burn you. So
no.
Yeah. Then I've got another question. Two kinds of people: followers and leaders. Is it possible to switch?
That's so funny, that because I've just been doing are you a leader, are you a follower? That's what I do every Sunday. And then is it possible to switch? I mean, it depends. Like, what's your definition of a follower? What's your definition of a leader? We can be both, can't we? We can be a follower. Maybe we don't know so much about a certain subject, so maybe we can be a follower, listen to others and learn. And then maybe we can be a leader, something we know a lot about, and we can lead. I guess it depends
on the situation.
Yeah, and it is possible to switch, isn't it? Because I think we are leaders and followers. I'm a follower when it comes to things I don't really know about. If I know something, I would lead, So I guess that depends.
And then sometimes if you are always a leader, that means that you're being very stubborn as well, because you don't want to let go of, being one to lead. So again, having that fair balance, I think, is very important.
Oh wow!
You don't always lead. You're not 100%. Even leaders, for that matter, they follow what their team says.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were talking about. Yeah. And it depends, what is your definition of a leader? If it's a leader who will collaborate with their team and get the best out of all of them, then sorry, I'm not trying.
You can only be a leader if you have a team. Otherwise, you're not a leader. You're standing alone, right? So
unless you're leading yourself.
Yes. So to be able to become a leader, you need to lead somebody, and that somebody is a group of people and a team. And then you also, as a leader, you also have to think that, okay, what do they think is the best way to do things? And then you kind of follow directions as well, and then lead them to a better place.
Yeah, of course. It's so funny that he just asked that question, because that's what I've been doing. That's hilarious. The same question. I guess it's all connected. It's all connected, isn't it? But yeah.
He's got another one. He says, universal question: why am I here? What am I meant to do? Normally, people should groom themselves bearing a destination in mind, but how to establish if the destination is realistic?
Well, that's the thing. Like I was saying about coaches, we don't give answers. Yeah. So I would throw the question right back at you. What do you think? What do you think? Like, what do you think? I'm definitely not claiming to have the answers. You have the answers for you. I have the answers for me. But yeah, what do you think, Ahmed? So what do you think you're meant to do? Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And then he's got another comment. He goes like, yes, I'm busy. Yes, I got scolded.
It's great. Thank you for it's great to have interaction, isn't it?
It is. It's
good when we have people make comments, participating. We love that. Oh, we've got a question here.
Yes. Do you want to read that?
Yeah. How to remove shyness and develop confidence? That's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. And I think it is baby steps, isn't it? It's one tiny thing at a time. And I think the important thing for me on my journey has been about, I know it sounds, but it's about being kind to yourself. If you make a mistake, like before, if I made a mistake, I would be like, oh my God, you're so stupid. You did that, and just be horrible to myself the whole day. And that just makes you feel 1,000 times worse. And then you're scared to even try something else. Yeah. But if you try something new out of your comfort zone, and however it goes, just be kind with yourself, be nice to yourself. For me, I think self-love has been like a big change as well. Like accepting yourself, you're going to make a mistake. You're not going to do it perfect, and it's okay. I think that builds confidence.
It does. And I think it's a very
Yeah.
sad fact, Jasmine, that we kind of think at a certain point in life, that we actually love ourselves. And, we repeatedly say this, oh, I love myself. I know what I'm doing. I love myself. But I think half the time we're just trying to fool our own minds because we don't understand, or we don't take certain directions in even showing ourselves what it means, what self-love actually means.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know. Maybe some people don't know. You don't know.
Yeah. So it's like, digging deep into your soul, into your mind, into your subconscious, mind especially. I think it's so important. And even, I mean, that's why you've got monks, you've got people who go live up in the mountains somewhere away from the rest of the world, because they take years and years
Wow, so connected to themselves,
to connect to themselves, because you're on this earth, you're on this planet, whatever you are, you're always connected to so many other bodies.
Yes.
That your mind is never your own.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people, when they go to bed at night, or when they go to the toilet for that matter, that's when great ideas hit them. When
Wow.
it's because
they're on their own.
When they're alone, right?
That's amazing. And I guess actually, like the question about the making decisions, one like tiny thing that we were told in coaching is you can ask yourself these questions. It's quite simple, but I find it really helps. Like if you're not sure what to do, you can say, what's my head telling me?
Right.
What's my heart telling me? And what's my soul telling me? And it's quite interesting because you'll have 3 different answers. And then, your head, heart, and soul, that is you, isn't it?
Yes.
Connected together. So I guess the meditation is about your soul. But yeah, those 3 questions I tried to ask, I forget as well, but you're more, you can connect because you realize there's 3 parts to us. Yeah.
And how do you come to a point? I've been meditating for a very long time.
Have you really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I went on a soul searching journey. I would say I started it off in 2007 or 9.
Wow.
It took me a long time.
Yeah.
It devastated me at one point, and I was like, "Oh my God, what have I done?" Because I felt that my body literally, or my soul rather, literally released this can of worms that was just feeding on me for no reason. And then that's when the transformation happened.
Really?
Yes. And then, just thinking that I'm not saying that I am at 100%. I definitely, need assistance. We all need assistance.
Of course we do. There's nothing wrong with that.
We always need that one person, again, non-judgmental, emotionally attached to us in any which way. Because if you are going and seeking advice from a person who you're emotionally connected to, you're gonna listen to a different voice. You're gonna understand what they're saying in a very different manner, and they'd be speaking to you very differently as well.
Yes.
There's an emotion attached that's
their agenda, not your agenda. Yeah.
Yes, and then there's this unseen energy that is attached as well, right? That feel the vibe of, and you're just like, okay, yeah, this is what they mean, whereas maybe they don't mean that, right? And I feel that having to have the understanding that your mind is independent, your heart is independent, and your soul is independent.
Wow.
These are 3 different things living within you, and how to put them together, and have them in sync, how to have them kind of go on. When they say, like, when you are in love, don't listen to your heart, listen to your head. And I'm just thinking, who does?
Yeah, who does? Exactly.
What your mind is saying, because your heart is taking over at that time. And it's your soul that is basically in pain the most, and you don't realize that. You think it's your heart that is hurting, but I feel it's actually your soul that's hurting if you're going through an emotional trauma.
Wow, it probably is when you think about it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you kind of disconnect your soul from your heart? Because those are the two that are really linked together, right? And this is something that we need to kind of figure out. So I have Rana Omer here, a very good acquaintance and a friend. He says just joined, very interesting conversation. Thank you
Oh,
so much for
yeah.
sharing.
Yeah. No, it's a good question, and yeah, I'm still working on that. But I think, yeah, meditation. I think
Yes.
that's something. I mean, I've heard so much. I want to do it. I still haven't really done it that much. I don't, but I
No,
think that's a really good way to get connected with yourself. Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I actually meditate 24/7, believe it or not.
Do you?
Yes, because I've been in this practice for a long time, right? I'm a healer as well. I do pranic healing.
Yeah, yeah.
And for me, it's when I was going through that transformation, and for me, it was exactly the same story as yours, where you were
Hmm.
bumping into life coaches and you're thinking,
Really?
yeah. For me, it was
Same.
the same. I remember I had this is way back in 2005, actually 2004, 2005. Now I've got
Wow.
my year correct. I was every morning when I woke up and when I put my feet down, just on the heel, I would feel this pinching, like somebody was literally pinching needles in my heel, and I was like, "What is happening with me?" Right?
Hmm.
And obviously, I go to Google and I go like, "Hey Google, help me with this." So Google comes up and tells me, "Okay, you're gonna go through surgery. They're gonna cut your
Oh
tendon."
no.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh God, I really don't want to go through this." And I was teaching, of course, at that time. So I
Hmm.
started looking for alternative medicines or healings and things like that. And I came across this method where, and it's like very popular on YouTube as well. So where there's a person sitting there and they're just kind of like brushing their hands over your body. And I'm like, what is that? That's weird. So I used to sit in my classroom when the kids left and I would start brushing my heel area, right? And the pain would just disappear. And I'm like,
No way.
okay, what is this again? So I looked it up. It's called pranic healing, right? Coincidentally, this still freaks me out till this
Wow. Oh
day.
my God. Yeah.
Is the same week when I kind of like picked up, the techniques of
Hmm.
healing from YouTube. The same week, I got randomly invited to a networking event in Dubai. And I'm just thinking, sure, whatever. Like, I don't go to networking
Hmm.
events. That's something I
Yeah.
avoid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And there was, I would say, Jasmine, there was at least 200 people at that event. It happened at the healthcare city
Oh yeah.
around
Yeah. Yeah.
there,
Hmm.
probably at the hotel, the Raffles, or somewhere. And out of the 200 people, 200 plus people, one woman walked up to me, handed me her card, and he goes, like, call me. And I was
No way.
like, it gave me the chills. I look at it and it says healer, chronic healer.
Wow.
And I was like, that's very
Energy.
strange. I'm just picking up chronic healing. And she goes like, are you getting trained, certified? Are you learning the right way? I said, no, YouTube. And she goes like, no, stop. And I was like, no, but it's helping me. She goes like, no, come and visit me. I'll teach you. And that
Oh,
blew
wait,
my.
how did she know you were?
She read the energies.
Yeah, she's saying, wow, that's
Yes.
amazing. That's
So
amazing.
I work a lot with energies as well. So I read people's energies as well. And I didn't know that I could, right?
Hmm.
Until that day. So, anyways, long story short, I went in. The Body Healing Center is in Dubai. So I went in there. I walk in and I'm like, no, this is so against my beliefs. I'm a
Really?
Muslim. So I walk in, I'm
Yeah.
like, this is not Islamic. I'm not going to do this,
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I met with the
Hmm.
gentleman who was running it, and he said, no, it's completely Islamic. It's
Hmm.
not going to take you off your religion, but read up on it before you say yes. And he goes like, you've got something, and you've been
Oh my.
identified. I was
Wow.
like,
Wow.
and my first thought that came to my mind was, okay, do you want my money? Is that what you want?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Obviously
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think negative, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But because I knew that thing had worked on me, the healing process, because I just picked it up from YouTube. Like, how many people do you think pick up something from YouTube and you're not touching a person, you're not speaking to them, you're just brushing your hand over.
Wow. The timing of it all as well. Yeah.
Right? And your
Hmm.
pain is going away. So I'm like, no, there has to be something in me, and I need to go and figure this out. Because if I don't, I'm missing a big opportunity to know who Maha is.
Yes, that's amazing. And I think that takes courage to do that. You're helped with the energies as well, and it's courage from your side to do
Yes.
it. Mm.
So I've been on that journey, and then obviously the meditation came in, the self-realization, the soul journey, and I kind of learned somehow to self-isolate myself despite being surrounded by 100 people. So I'm
Wow.
sitting with like 50 people, but I've self-isolated, so nothing that they say or do or speak or whatever bothers me ever. And I think to myself at times, like, who am I?
That's
Why?
such a gift.
Yeah, like, why is this stuff not bothering me? I question myself, right? And then my subconscious mind speaks to me, go like, don't worry about it. It's not going to
Wow.
bother you. So that meditation process takes a while, but like I said, I'm like 24/7 in meditation. So being in meditation for me, the way I look at it is being aware of every single thing you do, every
Wow.
single action you make. So for instance, if I'm sitting here having a chit chat, this might sound weird on screen in front of people, but I do see an aerial view of us. So a third eye kind of a thing. I
Oh,
see from a
okay.
distance.
What do you mean? Yeah, I know what you mean, but say it again. I don't. Yeah.
So it's like, so I'm sitting here and talking to you. So
Yeah.
I'm aware of everything that I'm saying. My
Yeah.
mind knows exactly what I'm going to say. My words are obviously thought out well
Yeah.
before I. So I have thought what I want to say before I speak, but I haven't really thought about it. Like I haven't given it a thought. But at the
No.
same time, I also see myself as a third person. So I can see myself from a distance having a conversation with you. So that means I'm aware of my body language. I'm aware of my hand gestures, my hand movements, the way my face looks, my expressions, my smile, my eyebrows, my eyes, whatever it is. I look at myself, you know.
But you're
From,
not seeing yourself looking at yourself, though.
yes, I'm not. But
No,
I
no,
have.
it's just. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of like relating this back to the person who asked us the difference between, who asked us like how to overcome shyness and, be confident.
Oh, yeah.
You need to know how you look. You need to know how you
It's
sound.
awareness again.
Awareness. If you don't know how you look and how you sound, there's no way you can overcome your shyness.
Wow.
Your
Yeah. Knowing yourself. Yeah.
yes. So
So,
okay.
so you can improve, you mean? Knowing yourself so you can improve on it, or just knowing yourself?
Oh, you can definitely improve on it. Definitely.
But do you think you should know yourself so you can improve, or know yourself so you're sure of yourself? Both, maybe.
We're always improving. We're always
Yeah,
improving.
always improving.
You have to have that mindset that whatever I'm doing right now, even you and I are having a StreamYard live discussion, I'm improving
Of
myself.
course. Yeah.
We're both improving somehow or the other. People who are watching us are also improving.
You're
So
right.
we
You're
have to
right.
accept that okay, no, we are never 100%. Every single moment is a learning experience. And if you haven't done anything in the last 5 minutes, you've literally wasted that 5 minutes of your life. So every moment has to be an experience that takes you one step ahead.
Wow. Yeah.
Every day comes in with like, thousands of moments, right? So every moment has to be worth it.
It sounds like, about being present, and coaching is about that as well. It's about being in the now. Like when you are living in the now,
Yes.
that's when, I guess that's the connection with meditation as well, being in the now, because we don't know the future.
No.
The past is gone. We don't know the future. We only have now, don't we? And if we're in the right state now, the future will just come automatically. But it's just now we can focus on. Yeah, that's very powerful.
Okay.
That's tough. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, question.
Okay, comments. Ranomer says, I believe to overcome your fears, it's always good to challenge them.
I think so. I totally agree with that. Squash them. Otherwise, they just.
Exactly. Chick Ahmed says, I fear snakes. That's okay.
Me too.
Hello, how are you going on?
Well,
then
yeah.
Somebody called Zishan says, today is informative conversation. Thank you very much. I'm glad
Thank you very much.
Zishan. Do share this live stream so more and more people can benefit from this. Then we've got
Bradford.
Are you from Bradford?
No, I'm not near Bradford. I'm from Bournemouth, which is like the opposite side.
And then Rana Omer says, most of us lack in believing on our belief system. This is a main reason why we cannot really explore ourselves properly.
Wow. Yeah, most of us lack in believing on our.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's about believing ourselves, isn't it? And you're
Yeah.
right. Most of us don't believe ourselves.
You know,
But some
isn't
people
it,
do. Yeah.
we do,
Mm.
isn't it sad? Sometimes I obviously sit and think and wonder as well, when a kid is born, right, grows up with the parents want the child to be a certain way. I'm not saying
Yeah. Yeah.
don't teach your child anything, but I'm just saying that parents sometimes forget that this is an individual that's going to stay with us for a very limited time. For some, it might be 16 years, others 18 years. For others, maybe 24, 25 years until they get on with their own lives, married or
Married. Yeah.
whatever. So the kids are only with us for a very, limited, and we know for a fact they're with us for a very limited time. What do we want that child to be? Why do we want that child to be something? Do parents actually think that, okay, this is an individual, this person has to eventually grow up in size, grow his or her mind, and the values and whatever we're literally digging into them, is it them that we're digging it into, or is it us that are reconfirming that our beliefs are correct?
I think so. I think that's exactly. I think you've nailed it. I think that's exactly it. It's all about. It's about them, isn't it? They're not. It should be about the child.
Yeah.
Let the child just be who they are, and we'll be there to support them. I think. But I think a lot of parents. I don't really understand it, but I think what you said is right. It's about their agenda, what they want, or maybe what they wish they had done for themselves, or I don't know, or society.
And plus, for parents, I've seen, obviously, you've been teaching for you used to teach as well. I've been teaching for a while as well, and we've always come across parents who go like, we know what is best for the child. What's best in terms of the eating habits, you might know what's best in terms of the sleeping habits, but you don't know what's best based on what's in your heart.
Exactly. How can they? Because it's not them. It's impossible for anybody. Even if it's your parents, like even they don't really know. How can they?
No.
Because like you said, we're so different and individual.
It is. I'm not asking anybody to go against the parents and go like, hey, you don't know.
No.
But this is just for the parents. Zahi is here. She says, very informative conversation. Thank you very much. Never knew we all can adopt a healing touch through meditation. Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So powerful, isn't it?
So powerful. It is something that you are born with. Just like, having the qualities. Obviously, we all have different qualities. Some people have a quality to speak. Some people have a quality to draw. They have a quality to. Everybody's born with a gift.
You're right.
I was just speaking to somebody the other day. I can't remember who it was. And I don't know if I mentioned this to you as well when we had a quick call. And they were like, there's a difference between your passion and your gift.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Because you might not like your gift. Yeah.
Yes. And every person is gifted in some way or the other, but they might not know that is their gift because they think they've got a different passion.
Yeah.
For instance, I have a passion to help people, right? But that's not my gift. My gift is I can reach out to people and make them feel comfortable to speak to me. That's the gift.
Yeah. Wow.
So how do I utilize my gift that I've been born with and then turn that into my passion and link them together and move forward?
Wow. That is a good question. Yeah. Well, how do you?
Meditation.
Oh, meditation. Sorry, that's what I said. Okay. Really?
Meditation, self-exploration, self-analysis, self-reflection, just knowing yourself.
And what kind of meditation do you do? Because there's, you can have the guided meditations where you're listening to somebody else for like 5 minutes. You can have 10 minutes. Like, what kind of meditation do you do? Because every time somebody says do meditation, I know it's great, I want to do it, but you just get overwhelmed with which one. Which one do I do?
Okay, my meditation, Jasmine, is very simple. No, it's not. I'm sorry, I'm lying. It's not simple. It's very hard to get into initially, but once you get
Yes.
it, it's really easy.
Right. Yeah.
I stop my thoughts.
Sorry? Stop your thoughts.
I stop my thoughts. I don't think.
Wow. Well, you must be really advanced if you can do that. Because that's like really advanced way down, isn't it? If you can do that.
It is. And the reason why I'm able to stop my thoughts is because as a child, somehow or the other, I always told myself and the others, I don't think. I don't think. So every time somebody came up to me, go like, hey, what do you think is going to happen if we do this? My answer would be, there's no need to think. I don't think.
Really?
Let it be. Take the step and you'll find out.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that. I'm just learning that now.
So that's a meditation that I do, that I've trained somehow, managed to make my subconscious mind more aware.
Wow. Well, it's all about the subconscious, isn't it? This is everything. That's like coaching. It's deep down. It's not what we're aware of consciously. It's subconsciously.
Yes. Because this is what the information, that we see every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this is where it gets stored. And this is, if it's stored over here and you're not bringing it up, it might cause a lot of issues in life, whether it is your traumas, whether it is your depression, stress, tension, whatever it is. The hasty decisions you make. I make a lot of hasty decisions as well. I make crazy decisions, but I don't go back like, shit, I regret it. I don't.
Good.
No need to regret what you've done, because if you sit in regrets, you're not going to move forward. So why?
Exactly. Procrastinate.
Yes.
And feel bad about yourself. Like we were saying earlier, if you just, it paralyzes you because then you're scared to do something else because you've made a mistake and But yeah.
Yes. So we've got, good morning, Omar Kashmiri. Nice to see you. These are all my school friends. Oh,
really?
Yeah, like from 20, 30 years ago.
No way. Really?
Yes. I've been probably blessed somehow or the other that most of the people that I know personally are the ones that I've known for like 20 years plus.
Wow.
And we're still together as good friends.
That's nice.
Okay, so Zahi also says, just wanted to know which could be the best meditation when your mind is so busy. Well, yeah, best meditation when your mind is busy is...
Good question, yeah.
It's a very good question. Again, you can't say what's best. You'll have to go through different meditations. You'll have to some people like to listen to music. Some people like to go pray. Some people like to worship. Some people like to go take a shower. Some people like to go for a walk. So kind of figure out what your favorite physical activity is and figure out a time and the best place to be active physically, and that's when you're meditating. Because if you have so if let's say you enjoy walking, right? You really love walking.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna go out and walk. So you're only thinking, I'm walking, my body's getting happy, right?
Yes.
My favorite is driving. I love to drive, right? So when I know there's stress coming my way, or I'm just over whatever it is, I would just go for a drive. Even at work, I can make coffee at school, but I rather go out and drive, get my coffee, and come back in because it de-stresses me. So that's meditation. Anything that you do, a lot of people think that meditation has to be done in the form of, cross-legged, you're sitting down, looking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Meditation is just de-stressing. That's it.
And being present. Just being present with your stopping and, well, not necessarily stopping, but your brain stopping, not
your brain. Yeah, because that's when you're de-stressing, right? Because you can only de-stress when your brain stops poking you.
Yeah. But your body doesn't have to be stopped. That's interesting, because I thought you had to just be still, but maybe you don't know.
No, for some people it might work that way, right? But then when you get to, and that's why I said that de-stressing is meditation. So think about it that way. If you just sit down and you're just like meditating, you got your eyes closed, you're breathing in, breathing out, your mind is going to tell you, hey girl, get up, you got to cook, get up.
Yeah, you're right.
there's so much happening at that time that you cannot be in a 100% meditation state, because there's so many external factors that disturb you. So find one activity,
Where you're
physical,
focused. Yeah.
yes, not a mental activity. The reason why I say physical is because for a physical activity, you need to change the environment you're in.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting at home, right, and I feel there's tension around me, stress around me, I'm going to get up and get out, get in the car, drive. And the reason I drive is because with every passing moment, there is a change of scenery. I see people walking, I see the trees, I heard the birds, I hear the birds, I see cars. There's so much other stuff that is happening that it de-stresses me for stuff that was happening at home.
Yeah. Of course. And like you said, you've changed the energy.
Yes.
For me, actually, it's walking. Now, when you say that about meditation, for me, the best time for me is walking on the beach at night when the moon is there. For me, that's the best. That's when I can really connect with myself, and that's what meditation is as well. Yeah, connecting with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, and then just for me, that's it.
Mm-hmm. So I've got this nice message from Mr. Ahmed. He says, in the old days, in order to qualify as a life coach, one had to pass through years and years of exercises, experiences, practices, turn enlightened, basically. Since yogis are in limited supply today, my question, what qualifies as a life coach today?
Well, I guess there's so many different kinds of life coaches. Yeah, there's so many different kinds. I mean, I'm a coactive life coach. I mean, you can become a life coach within 24 hours, or you can be a life coach with no training whatsoever. Yeah. I guess I'm qualified in the coactive method. So yeah, we had to do it's about a year's training, 6 months being qualified, and then 6 months being certified.
Okay.
And it's quite rigorous and intense. Coactive method. I mean, if you Google it, you can find out about that. That's but that's to be a coactive coach. But you've got NLP coaches, and then they study that. I mean, there's so many different systems you can study. So what qualifies? I'm not the person to say that. You can be a life coach without any
certifications.
Well, I mean, some people call themselves a life coach and they haven't got any certification, have they?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's sadly, this is the way the world has trained our minds, that okay, if somebody's at a position, please question the piece of paper that they're holding, right? And you're just thinking, does a piece of paper actually qualify you to be what you can do? Because again, not everybody can turn around and become a life coach. Not everybody can turn around and become a healer. Not everybody can turn around and become, a teacher, for that matter. Teachers, yes, we need the qualifications, we need the degree, but there's a difference between somebody who teaches because they have a degree to somebody who teaches with a passion. So there's many degrees.
Of course. And it is. I think for me, it's life experience. Of course, the course I did was amazing and it taught me techniques and things like that. But I think it is about life experience as well, isn't it? What you've lived, what you've gone. I mean, for a life coach,
yes,
it's about the things you've lived.
True. Again, your passion, your gift. You're probably able to identify, what your gift is. So you probably also realize that, okay, no, this is something that I think that I can do really well, because then I can give back to the community.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think people who get into, practices such as these are the ones who have that empathy factor as well. Because if you don't have the empathy factor, there's no way you can give back to the world.
Empathy, definitely.
Yeah, forget giving to the world. Even giving to yourself requires a lot of empathy.
Totally. You're right. Empathy is key. It's absolute key.
It is an absolute key. So if you guys have any more questions, please shoot them this way. So tell me, Jasmine, so you officially started as a life coach in April last year, 2019?
That's when I started the courses, actually. Okay. Yeah.
And which part of the world are you based in?
So now I'm in Dubai. Yeah.
Okay.
I did the first course in London and then continued.
Okay. Yeah. Ahmed has a question. then where does the concept of mindset and destination come? Are you guys saying if I want to be a healer, I can't? But why? I never said you cannot be a healer.
No, we didn't say that.
Yeah. You need to figure that out for yourself, Emma. Do you think you can be a healer?
Exactly. It's up to you. Yeah. We can't tell you what to do.
But the question is, Emma, can you become a soccer player again? Can you become an artist? Can you become a singer? Can you become a guitarist? Those are questions you need to ask. And then you need to dig in and go like, hey, can I? Yes or no? Based on the skills that I have, based on the gifts that I had, and based on the passions. Yes, she's based in Dubai, Ahmed.
Yeah.
He's in your twin city, Abu Dhabi. So.
Oh, really? You're in Abu Dhabi? Oh, I thought you were in Toronto.
No. He's in Abu Dhabi. He's a great person to connect with. He's a consultant, and connected with the corporate world, into trainings, things like that. So he's a very.
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
Yes. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he went to London School of Economics.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So he's a very good connection to have. So yes, guys, if any other questions, please shoot them. My question too, again, yes, you started practicing in April 2019. Now, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way of approaching you or questioning you? And
Oh yeah, because I give free consultations if anybody, because a lot of people, like you said, are not really sure about it. So we do a free 30-minute consultation. From here, with Nava, just at the top there, at with Nava is my Instagram. So you can just message me there, follow me, message me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 30 minutes of free consultations as well. And then obviously it's a one-time free consultation, not every day 30 minutes free, right?
Yes, one time free.
Yeah, no, just imagine someone goes like, well, that was yesterday, 24 hours are up. Can I
Oh yeah, you're right actually. Yeah. You've got to be clear.
Okay.
But, yeah.
And then how often do you need to see the person, if they do sign up with you? Is it like once a week, twice a week? How does it go about?
Well, no, it's not that often. So normally we recommend like 6 sessions, because like 1 or 2 sessions is just not enough to make life-changing things. So what we normally say is 1 session every 2 to 3 weeks. Some people have 1 session a month.
Okay.
But it's like that because the real things, the life-changing things happen in between the sessions. Okay. Of course, sometimes in the session you have aha moments, but it's normally in between.
Right.
Yeah.
Ahmed also had a aha moment when he goes like, where did the destination come from? That was his moment.
I wish he was still in Dubai.
Say that again.
I wish he was still in Dubai.
I know, but you know what? I had to leave.
You had to leave. It wasn't. Yeah.
I felt my time was up, and I felt my time was up long before.
Wow.
I think 2017, but believe it or not, I would say mid 2015 and 2015, I saw my. It's like when you're driving and you see the road's gonna end.
Did you really? It was like that?
Felt that road is just ending. I saw a lot of detours. I saw a lot of bumps. There was a lot that I could experience and see, and I was like, okay, this is it. My life in Dubai is ending, and I'm glad that I was aware of the fact that
I'm
not here forever, kind of a thing, right? It was very difficult for me to make this decision of moving to Canada because new country, new place, that I'm just like
so far away from Dubai.
Yes. So I had 2 choices, either to go back to Pakistan or to come to Canada. I decided Canada because it was definitely much more challenging here for me, because again, new country, new people, new culture.
Yes. On your own?
On my own. For me, I thought Canada would help me grow.
Yeah.
And it would help me grow within, not only outward.
Yeah. That was your calling.
Yes. So that was really necessary. I had to come out of that shell. That
Yeah,
I
of
was,
course, of course. I think
and
you know when your time is, if you're, especially if you're connected with yourself with the meditation, then you know that's the great thing about meditation. You can really hear
yeah.
what you're saying to yourself.
Zahi is also in Dubai. Zahi, do get in touch with. Zahi is an amazing person.
Oh, hi.
So Zahi, do get in touch with Jasmine. She's got her 30 minutes free consultation happening. So get in touch with her on
Yeah,
Instagram
definitely.
or through Facebook. Ahmed says, I bet
Oh.
Say never listens to me. So um,
We're all
Ahmed,
complex.
yeah, he
Yeah.
goes, I will need 2 or 3 free consultations. They call a complex organism. Sorry, you're only getting one. And let me know, okay? I'm calling mom.
Yeah, we're all complex, that's for sure.
Yes.
But do you think you'll come back to visit, or is that really it for you?
No, I will one day, but it's something that I don't think about because
Really?
yeah. Um, I
Wow.
I love the United Emirates. I would never, I grew up
No,
in
no, no. Of
okay,
course.
that's home.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel that if I do come back, it will make me a weaker person.
Wow.
The
And sometimes
comfort,
it gets confusing as well when you somewhere and then you go back and it does.
yes,
Yeah.
the comfort, the lifestyle, the mindset of people,
Oh, wow.
the compassion that I have there with my friends and family and everybody, it won't let me grow.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah,
Like
yeah, I can see that.
relaxing and whatever it is. The life in Dubai, honestly, Jasmine, um, fast paced for sure. I got to do a lot. I got to experience a
Yeah.
lot. But
Yeah.
then I also came to a point where I realized I didn't really know myself. I knew myself, but I didn't know myself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't in sync with my mind, heart,
Yeah.
and soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
something missing somewhere or the other. So my heart and my soul were 100% in sync, but my mind was just all over the place,
Well, yeah. That's funny. That normally happens, doesn't it? It's normally your heart and soul know what to do,
Yeah.
but your head is just,
Spinning around.
yeah, what is that? Why is that? Because I've experienced that the last couple of weeks, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Where,
you're trying to please you. The mind is trying to please the people around you. The
and to
mind
make
is
sense of everything. Your mind's trying to make sense of all of these things, but your gut knows this is the right thing, but your mind hasn't figured it out yet or something. I don't know.
yeah, the mind is pretty stupid, that way.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's
Yeah.
why you have to listen to your soul. That's like the most, that's it, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
And like they say, food for soul. So figure out what the food for soul is. You know,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when I came to Canada, I
Hmm.
remember the first 3 months, I did nothing. I did
Really?
nothing except listen to the silence
That's
around me.
amazing.
And my
That's
daughter
amazing.
looked at me and she was like, I've never seen you sit at home. You're always so active. You're always out and about. I'm like, no, my mind's been so, because I was there for
Oh,
over 35 years of my life. And I was like, my mind's been so busy for the last 35 years
yes, yes.
in the silence. And I could hear, it came to a point. I mean, when I started, it was,
Hmm.
I heard the noise in the silence as well when I was here. So for me, silence wasn't just silence. There were
No.
little sounds. And I was like, this is so beautiful because I've never heard these sounds before. The sounds of silence, I used to call them. And my daughter thought I went cuckoo. And I'm like, no, but I'm just enjoying the peace and the quiet.
Wow. Yeah, but that's amazing that you
Yes,
could actually do that because a lot of people wouldn't have bothered. They would have just got distracted in something else.
yeah,
Because it's scary. Well, not sometimes it can be scary. Really listening, connecting with it takes
yes,
courage, definitely.
it
Most people
does.
don't do it.
Yeah. And then I also feel that, when you're moving into a new place or you're moving places or whatever, it's best to have your energies sink in with the energies of that environment. It's very important because if your energies within you don't sync with the environment around you,
Wow. Yeah.
then you're
Yeah.
trying to break off the energies all the time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Chris House thing. Wow, that's interesting.
yeah, do you want to read that?
Yeah, since we're on the topic, I did do career counselling for a few years for fresh undergrads, groom and tuning, guiding them towards their aspirations. I also helped groom entrepreneurs. I learned that constant reinforcement worked best. Wow, that's so interesting. I love that. I absolutely love that. Yeah, I thought you said you do it now, but you did it. Okay. Counselling, wow, undergrads. Yeah. Helped groom entrepreneurs.
Yeah, he still does a lot. And sometimes, like the group of friends that I have, like I said, I've been very blessed with the people around me. So I know for everything that comes my way, there's always a go-to person in my life. You know,
wow, that's brilliant.
For anything and everything. So it's good. Like, you know, sometimes you're stuck financially, right? And you just can't make sense of some stuff. So I've got a go-to person for financial questions. Got a go-to person for stuff, you know, that is more.
We need that. We need support, of course.
Yes. So having those, and now I have a go-to person, Jasmine, you know, for life coaching as well. That I'll probably be knocking at your Instagram. Go like, hey, where's my 30 minutes?
Healing. I want to hear about the healing as well another time, because that is just, and that healing, what's it called again? Because I keep hearing.
It's called pranic, Pranic.
Because this is funny. Do you know why? Was it
Pranic?
Oh yeah. The funny thing is, our course trainers, the one who trained us, the head trainers, one of them did this. One of them was a pranic healer as well.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's where I thought I've heard this pranic healing. But he didn't tell us, he didn't have time to tell us about it. But he was a pranic healer. Yeah, that's
nice. Yeah. So pranic healing is basically it's a word from Hindi, from Sanskrit. It means life force.
Okay.
So pranic healing is basically healing of your life force. So whatever your life comes out from, the first point with your the fetus gets life in, that's where all your problems kind of lie in a matter, right? So healing of that little hole that is letting in the problem. So healing of that place, you know, where your problems are arising or taking birth or whatever it is. And pran is healing your life inside, within, all over the chakras, everything else that comes with it.
Oh no, it sounds
My talents also include making an amazing and mean BBQ. So you've got a barbecue.
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit of I'm not 100% vegetarian, but I'm very fussy with food. So it does sound good, but I'm the worst person when it comes to food. Yeah, but
how are the energies in Dubai these days?
The energies. Well, I mean, it's coming back to life. Like things are opening. You know, most things are open now. Actually, I don't know how it is there, but it's also strange, isn't it, with the social distancing and the masks, and because we have to wear masks all the time. Do you there?
No, it's not by law.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, here it is.
It's different here, right? Over here, people are a little bit more responsible as well, for their own sake. Again, culture to culture matters. From Pakistan, people there don't want to wear a mask because Corona doesn't exist for them, right?
Yeah.
So
it's strange. Yeah, every country is doing it completely differently, I guess. Like, it's just a bizarre thing. I can't believe it's happened. It doesn't even seem real, does it? Like the whole thing is like, what? But it seems like it's going to be with us for a long time.
It is. I was just reading today on Facebook that Italy is just completely off any sort of masks and gloves, and they're like, we're not going to do this because it's just a hoax. So the whole country's just decided to go off the masks. And I'm thinking, guys, you know, you've gone through a lot in the last couple of months. Stop. This is not the time right now. Whether it is real or not real is not the question anymore.
No,
you know something happening, so just keep it on.
Yeah, keep it on. You're right.
Not for your sake, but for others, basically.
Yeah.
Hussein Abadi says how to join you. You cannot. This is not. This is just with Nava. This is not the English or Canada conversation thing going on. It is on that page though. but we're not putting in guests.
Oh, do you do that then? Oh, do you have guests? Oh, yeah, you have guests sometimes. Ah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
So on the English of Canada, obviously people join in and we have a quick conversation, we talk
Oh,
and stuff.
wow.
Have you guys seen that movie Contagion? I've seen Simpsons as well.
Have you seen what? No, I haven't. What did you say? Simpsons.
Yeah. Well, Contagion, basically a movie that came out a couple of years
Oh,
ago, is
I've heard about it. Yeah.
the corona,
Yeah,
situation.
yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
about it, but I haven't seen it. I don't know if
And the
I'm.
next one is The Simpsons, because The Simpsons have kind of also spoken about everything that's happening in the world currently.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I haven't. Yeah.
Yes.
No, haven't done that.
Not at all.
Yeah, gosh. But yeah, I can't see how many people are here. Can you?
Yes, I can on my main. So because I'm on a couple of places, so I have like
there's still a couple of places. Oh, right. Yeah.
I have a distributed audience that keeps
okay.
up and down. So every
Oh,
page,
right, okay.
yeah.
Oh, does it? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So these comments are coming from this page.
These comments are basically coming on from all the platforms onto one, because weird.
Okay.
So whoever is watching from different pages can actually comment on here. So they're commenting. Let's say if, for instance, I had this guy Arsalan. He was on the English or Canada page, so he commented there. But because we've got one platform, the StreamYard, it throws all the comments.
Okay. It's good. Oh, I like this stream. It's good. Yeah, I've never
Yes,
seen it.
you should use it as well. For your unfortunately you can't do Instagram with this, but then you can have your YouTube and your Facebook connected, so you can do on YouTube and Facebook at the same time.
That's really good. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's been very interesting. Anyway, very interesting.
It is. So I hope to see you more often here.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely do things. Yeah. Definitely.
So I'm also going to be posting your IG. It is with Nava. There you go.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. So please
do come up both. Yeah.
Yes, do follow her, like her, support her. She is here to help guide and take you towards the next step that you've been wanting to go, but you've been so scared of, because obviously humans are always hesitant to try out something.
Exactly. Think. It's like, that's my new motto. Just do it. Just absolutely do it. Oh, yeah, next time we can discuss Reiki. That sounds good. Sure. Yeah.
Are you a Reiki master, Ahmed? I'm gonna zap you now.
Reiki and what's pranic healing? Is it similar? Yeah, it's similar. I guess.
They're kind of similar. They work the same way, but there's a very little difference.
Yeah.
So I am a pranic healer, not a Reiki master.
Yeah.
For me, pranic somehow has worked better. I also got into crystal healing, where you could, instead of touching people's energies, you could just hold the crystal in your hand and that removes the energy. But the crystal wasn't resonating with me.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was making my energies weaker. So I had to let go of it. And everybody was like, what are you talking about? The crystal is supposed to make you stronger. And I'm like, no, it's not going well with me.
You've got to listen to yourself.
No, I felt that it would somehow kind of suppress my energies. So I stopped. And again, being aware of what is working, what is not working for you.
Of course. Don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself.
Yeah. So because my pranic healer masters were like, no, you got to do crystal. It's going to put. I'm like, no, I can't do it, because the minute I touch it, I feel that no, it's not meant to be in my hand.
Wow, that's funny, isn't it? That's funny.
Yeah.
Stop taking the course. But thank you so much, Maha, for having me on. I'm going to go in a minute because I'm literally going to go to bed soon. But
sure.
But no, it's been good. It's been really good, and I love the questions and the comments and the interaction. And but yeah, I hope you all got something from this. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. And yeah, we'll touch base. We'll let you guys know whenever we go live next.
Yes,
And
yes,
also suggest
definitely.
please go and follow Jasmine on with Nava on Instagram, on her Facebook as well, and do connect with her if you feel that you are stuck and you need to know if you're stuck or not, whichever way, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll come back very soon. We'll let you know
Yes,
whenever.
we will, definitely.
And
Definitely.
stay blessed. Have a great evening to everybody living in the Middle East and on that side. And for us, it's afternoon time.
Yes, well, have a good day and lovely to see you. And yeah, we'll definitely do another one. Or we can talk on WhatsApp, can't we?
Done, done, done.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great evening, guys. Bye for
Yeah.
now.
Bye for now. So I just press leave studio.
Uh,